Eala back in Manila ahead of first Philippine Women's Open. Eala is back in the Philippines. Filipina tennis star Eala has returned to Manila, and she is set to participate in the first ever Philippine Women's Open WTA 125 tournament next week. The social media pages of the Philippine Women's Open shared photos of the arrival of the tennis prodigy at Ninoy Aquino International Airport, NAIA, Terminal 3 on Wednesday. Eala just came back from the 2026 Australian Open in Melbourne. According to the organization, Eala will participate in the historical Philippine Women's Open WTA 125 event at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center from January 26 to 31st. Yes, I will be playing next week. I'm looking forward to it and I hope people can show up and support the penis, Eala said in the interview shared by the organization. The Philippine Women's Open said Eala was earlier awarded a wildcard entry to ensure that local fans get to see her in action. Love this content? Subscribe to our newsletter for more captivating stories and lifestyle features. Just enter your email. Hey, Eala, homecoming, hope, and a historic serve at the Philippine Women's Open. The sun dipped low over Manila, painting the sky with streaks of gold, mauve, and restless promise. At Ninoy Aquino International Airport Terminal 3, a distinct buzz filled the air. Not merely the usual greetings and farewells of travelers, but something deeper: anticipation, pride, and the palpable beat of a nation yearning to witness history unfold. Eala had just landed. Manila had welcomed its daughter, not just a visiting star, but the very heart of a dream made real. This was more than a flight arriving on Philippine soil. This was a homecoming heralding a new chapter, not just for Alex, but for the rise of women's tennis in a country long waiting for a stage of its own. And as she stepped onto home turf, fans, media, and supporters gathered, a testament to how far the 20-year-old has carried the hopes of a nation. A journey beyond boundaries. Alex's journey to this moment has never been about geography. From a young age, she learned to turn boundaries into beginnings, a quiet conviction that she could compete with the best, regardless of where she stood. Born with talent, honed through discipline, and forged in global arenas, she shaped a path that altered expectations for Filipino athletes. In 2025, she tore through records and perceptions. She became the first Filipino to win a WTA singles title, triumphing at the Guadalajara 125 Open, a milestone moment for Philippine tennis. She also made history by entering the WTA Top 50, a breakthrough that carried not just the weight of personal achievement but the weight of a nation's collective hope. And beyond the tour and rankings, there were medals, including a prestigious Southeast Asian Games gold that ended a 26-year drought. These aren't just wins on a scoreboard. They are the echoes of resilience, the reverberations of a young woman rewriting what it means to be Filipino, female, and world-class in the world of tennis. The Australian Open and the road to Manila. Fresh off her campaign at the 2026 Australian Open, her debut in both singles and doubles main draws, Alex had felt the sting of early exits. Yet even in defeat, there was growth, perspective, and a deeper reservoir of experience to draw from. That experience, battling on the global Grand Slam stage, was not merely about wins and losses but about sharpening something more enduring, heart. And yet, just days after her Australian Open matches concluded, Alex made her way back home. It wasn't a return with broken spirit, but with a renewed sense of purpose. Because this time, she wasn't returning just to train or to recover. She was returning to lead a movement. The first Philippine Women's Open, a dream set in clay and determination. From January 26 to 31, 2026, the newly refurbished Rizal Memorial Tennis Center will become hallowed ground for a milestone in Philippine sports. For the first time, the WTA 125 level tournament, the Philippine Women's Open, will unfold on home soil. And like the city that embraces it, this event is more than a competition. It's a celebration of progress, ambition, and representation. When Alex confirmed her participation, accepting a wildcard entry, she spoke not just as an athlete but as a symbol, a torchbearer of inspiration for every Filipina who dares to dream of Grand Slams, global courts, and podium-lighting moments. "I'm looking forward to it," she said with a smile that lit up cameras and hearts alike. "I hope people can show up and support the penis. It's a huge milestone in Philippine tennis." Support has already poured in. Tickets sold out quickly as fans clamored to be part of this historic moment. The energy wasn't just for a match. It was for a movement. More than a game, the power of representation. The significance of Alex's home tournament extends well beyond tennis lines drawn on courts. It speaks to something profound: representation. For too long, many Filipino athletes have competed far from home, victories earning distant praise and fleeting applause. But this tournament places world-class tennis asterisk where it rightfully belongs, in front of Filipino fans, under Philippine skies, and in the hearts of young athletes who will remember exactly where they were when history was made. It signals a shift, a step toward recognition, encouragement, and opportunity for Filipino women and girls who pursue sport not merely as diversion, but as destiny, carrying the nation's heart. On this homecoming day, a chorus of emotions echoed through the airport and streets beyond. There was pride, hope, nostalgia, expectation, but above all, connection. Tennis is often seen as an individual sport, one player, one court, one destiny. But at this moment, it feels collective, because every fan cheering from the stands, watching on screens, or whispering encouragement from afar is part of something bigger. They are playing their part in a story that celebrates national pride, Filipino strength, resilience, and potential on the world stage. And Alex, with every swing, every volley, and every powerful baseline push, carries not only her own dream but the dreams of millions. Looking forward, the days ahead. As the Philippine Women's Open draws near, eyes will be on Alex, but the hearts rooting for her stretch beyond Manila, across the archipelago and around the globe. She steps onto the court not just as a competitor, but as an ambassador of possibility, proof that the world stage isn't beyond reach, but waiting to be claimed. In the days ahead, as the sun rises over the tennis complex and the crowd roars with every serve and return, one truth will remain clear. This isn't just tennis. It's legacy in motion. It's the echo of every rally that brought her here. It's the culmination of grit, ambition, and reverence for the sport she loves. It's a reminder that dreams, if pursued with heart, can transform not only a life but a nation. And as Eala stands poised and focused under Manila's sky, one question lingers, not with pressure, but with purpose.